Hello, mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check.
Hello, check, check. Hello, check.
A very good morning to one and all present here. I extend a very warm welcome to each and every one of you here to grace this occasion. Today, we inaugurate VS Super-Speciality Hospitals. We are now all set to start the function. I request everyone to please stand for the rendition of the Tamil Thai Valthu by Ms. Sandhya Sundar.
நீராறும் கடலுடுத்த நிலமடந்த கெழிலொழுகும் சீராறும் வதனமென திகழ்பரத கண் தெக்கணமும் மதிந்த திராவிடனர் திருநாடும் தக்க சிறு பிறைநுதலும் தரித்தனரும் திலகமுமே அத்திலக வாசனை போல் அனைத்துலகும் இன்பமுறா எத்திசையும் புகழ் மணக்க இருந்த பெருந்தமிழனங்கே தமிழனங்கே உன் சீரிலமை திரும்பியல்து செயல் மறந்து வாழ்த்ததுமே வாழ்த்ததுமே வாழ்த்ததுமே.
Professor, founder and chairman, VS Group of Hospitals, will now welcome the gathering.
Very good morning, all of you. I am extremely happy to welcome you all on this joyous occasion of inauguration of this VS Super-Speciality Hospital today. Respected and beloved Sri G.K. Vasan and his family. I have known G.K. Vasan family, G.K. Mupanar family since 1965, and as you all know, G.K. Mupanar has been a rare leader of great honesty and integrity, and he had been our inspiring source and support throughout. Hailing from a well-known family in Tamil Nadu, Sri G.K. Vasan, the family is known for hospitality and philanthropy. He has been a central minister for 2 terms, and he has got the support and is hailed by the PM as well as the President for his excellent performance as a minister. And he has done it with great aplomb, with integrity, honesty and simplicity. So I welcome him to our midst, and Mrs. Sunita Vasan and Mr. Suresh Mupanar to our midst. I welcome Sri Kalipalli Thanu, one of the greatest producers of film producers of India, and his family. I have known him for more than 2 decades, and in his three decades of filmdom, he had created many blockbuster movies. In fact, July 22nd is a D-Day for him, as his film Theri by Vijay has completing 100 days of showing, and on the same day he is going to release another mega blockbuster, Kabali by Rajinikanth and by Ranjit. So, in this difficult time, he has readily agreed to come and inaugurate our center. He had been very generous, allowing us to co-brand our hospital launching of our hospital with the release of Bali, and we are extremely grateful to him, as he has done it out of love and affection for us. I welcome Professor C.M.K. Reddy to his hospital and his family. He had been a great teacher, a great surgeon, and is known to this part of the country very well by everyone. And he has helped us with putting up so many inconveniences in renovating this hospital to the present world-class facility. I thank him for all the help and support he has given to us. I welcome Professor Mailvanan Nadarajan. As described by Professor C.M.K. Reddy, he is an illustrious son of an illustrious father. Professor M. Nadarajan was my teacher. He is one of the greatest orthopedic surgeons and teacher. Following his father's footsteps, he had scaled great heights. He had gone on to become Vice Chancellor of prestigious Tamil Nadu MDR Medical University. And he had done so many reforms in the university and developed the institution to the very great level. I welcome him. I welcome Mr. Ramu Mahalingam, Vice President, Healthcare Division, HDFC, for giving all his support and financial help. And I welcome Mr. Kannan Ramesh, thinker, dreamer, catalyst, and guiding force for our venture. I welcome all senior professors like Professor Ramdali, Professor Bose, and many others, and senior consultants, colleagues, relatives, and all other friends. I welcome our media friends, and I to take the message to the public at large for the facilities available in this place. I take this opportunity to welcome you all and thank you all for your gracious presence. Thank you.
Sri G.K. former Union Minister of Shipping, is the leader of the Tamil Manila Congress. In the footsteps of his great father, Sri G.K. Moopanar, Mr. Vasan has made a name for himself as a clean leader. He stands tall in Indian politics for his simplicity, dignity, and decorum. We now request him to say a few words.
VS Hospital திறப்பு விழாவிற்கு வருகை புரிந்து உங்களை எல்லாம் சந்திப்பதிலே மிக்க மகிழ்ச்சி அடைகிறேன். இங்கே மேடையிலே அமர்ந்திருக்கும் மரியாதைக்குரிய டாக்டர் மயில் வாகனம் நடராஜன், மதிப்பிற்குரிய திரு தானு அவர்கள், மரியாதைக்குரிய திரு CMK ரெட்டி அவர்கள், இவர்களெல்லாம் தாங்கள் சார்ந்திருக்கும் துறையிலே கடின உழைப்பின் காரணமாக, அர்ப்பணிப்பின் காரணமாக இன்றைக்கு ஒரு உயர்ந்த ஸ்தானத்தை அடைந்திருக்கின்றார்கள். அவர்களோடு இணைந்து இந்த திறப்பு விழாவிலே கலந்து கொள்வதிலே எனக்கு மன நிறைவை தருகிறது. மேலும் டாக்டர் சுப்பிரமணியம் என்றால் இந்தியாவிலே தெரியாதவர்கள் அத்துறையிலே எவரும் இருக்க முடியாது. காரணம், மனித நேயர், பண்பாளர். இத்துறையின் சார்பிலே லட்சக்கணக்கான நோயாளிகளை குணப்படுத்தியிருக்கிறார். அவருடைய வாழ்க்கை தரத்தை உயர்த்தி இருக்கிறார். அதன் அடிப்படையிலே அவருடைய எண்ணங்களை அவர்கள் நிறைவேற்றக்கூடிய நல்ல நிலையை ஏற்படுத்தியிருக்கிறார்கள். இந்த திறப்பு விழா நிகழ்ச்சியை பொறுத்தவரையிலே நான் குடும்ப நிகழ்ச்சியாக கருதுகிறேன். காரணம், டாக்டர் சுப்பிரமணியம் அவர்களது அன்பு, நட்பு, பாசம் என்பது என்னுடைய மறைந்த தந்தை ஐயா மூப்பனார் அவர்களோடும் எங்களது குடும்பத்தோடும் 50 வருடங்களாக தொடர்கிறது என்பதை மன நிறைவோடு இந்த நேரத்திலே நான் பதிவு செய்ய விரும்புகிறேன். டாக்டர் சுப்பிரமணியம் அவர்களது வழியை பின்பற்றி தடம் புரளாமல் டாக்டர் சுந்தர் அவர்கள் தான் சார்ந்திருக்கும் துறையிலே மிக சிறப்பாக விளங்க தொடங்கியிருக்கிறார்கள். அந்த இருவருக்கும் துணையாக இன்றைக்கு இந்த மருத்துவமனையை மிக சிறப்பாக நடத்தக்கூடிய ஒரு உயர்ந்த நிலையிலே நம்முடைய முத்து அவர்கள் செயல்பட்டு கொண்டிருக்கிறார்கள். இங்கே வருகின்ற நோயாளிகளை பொறுத்தவரையில் அவருடைய குடும்ப பாணி என்னவென்றால், நோயாளிகளை நோயாளிகளாக இல்லாமல் உற்றார் உறவினர்கள் நண்பர்களாக பாவித்து அதன் அடிப்படையிலே அவர்களோடு அன்போடு பழகி, ஒருபுறம் மருத்துவ சிகிச்சை என்றால் மறுபுறம் மனிதநேயத்தின் அடிப்படையிலே சிகிச்சை. இதுதான் டாக்டர் சுப்பிரமணியம் அவர்களது குடும்பம். அவரை சார்ந்திருக்கின்ற மருத்துவர்கள், செவிலியர்கள், பணியாளர்களுடைய வெற்றி என்பதை இந்த நேரத்திலே நான் மகிழ்ச்சியோடு தெரிவித்துக் கொண்டு, டாக்டர் சுப்பிரமணியம் அவரை சார்ந்த மரியாதைக்குரியவர்களுடைய இந்த புனித பணி தொடர வேண்டும், சிறக்க வேண்டும், வளர வேண்டும், உயர வேண்டும். என்னை போன்றவர்கள் உங்களோடு என்றைக்கும் துணை நிற்கின்றோம் என்று கூறி நன்றி கூறி விடைபெறுகிறேன். வணக்கம்.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Kalaipalli S. Danu, well-known Tamil film producer and distributor, is the pioneer of movie marketing in the Tamil film industry. He has worked with all the leading stars, directors, and technicians of the industry for the past 3 decades and more. An extremely down-to-earth person, Mr. Danu is a shining example of exemplary friendship. We request him to say a few words.
இன்ப நாள் இது, இனிய நாள் இது. விஎஸ் மருந்தகம், அதன் திறப்பாளர் பெருந்தகை ஜி.கே. வாசன் அவர்களே, மருத்துவ திலகம் விஎஸ் சுப்பிரமணியம் சார் அவர்களே, மயில்வாகனன் சார் அவர்களே, ரெட்டி அவர்களே, இந்த திறப்புழாவில் கலந்து கொள்ள வந்திருக்கும் நண்பர்களே, பெரியோர்களே, ஊடகத்துறை செய்தியாளர்களே, உங்கள் அனைவருக்கும் என் பணிவான காலை தமிழ் வணக்கத்தினை மகிழ்வோடு தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கின்றேன். மொத்தத்தில் இந்த விழாவில் ஓர் உண்மை முழு வெளிச்சம் போட்டு காட்டத்தான் செய்கிறது. கிட்டத்தட்ட ஒரு 16 வருடங்களுக்கு முன் என் துணைவியாரை அழைத்து கொண்டு டாக்டரை மருத்துவ பணிக்காக அழைத்து வந்தேன். எனது துணைவியாருக்கு கல்லீரல் கேன்சர். அந்த சூழலில் வாஜ்பாய் அவர்கள் கங்காதர் ஹாஸ்பிட்டலிருந்து உயர்தர மருத்துவ டாக்டரை அனுப்பி வைக்கிறார். கேசி டான் என்பவர் லண்டனிலிருந்து வருகிறார். மூவரும் என் துணைவியார் வாழ்கின்ற வாழ்க்கை ஒரு நாள் வாழ்ந்தால் போனஸ் என்று சொல்லக்கூடிய காலகட்டத்திலே தள்ளப்பட்ட சூழ்நிலையில் நான் டாக்டர் சுப்பிரமணியன் சார் அவர்களை சந்திக்கின்றேன். அந்த சூழலில் அந்த பெரிய பெரிய உயரிய வெளிநாட்டு மருத்துவர்கள் எல்லாம் டாக்டருடைய ட்ரீட்மெண்ட்டை பார்த்துவிட்டு வியந்து, என் மனைவியை கூட அவர் கவனிக்காமல் டாக்டரை அழைத்து சென்று எப்படி இதை சக்சஸ் பண்ண முடிந்தது, எப்படி இதை வெற்றிகரமாக சாதிக்க முடிந்தது, உங்களுடைய மருத்துவத்தினுடைய தியரியை எனக்கு சொல்லுங்கள் என்று இவரிடம் நோட்ஸ் எடுத்துக்கொண்டு சிங்கப்பூருக்கு சென்று மருத்துவத்தில் வெற்றி பெற வைத்த மாபெரும் சாதனையாளர் டாக்டர் சுப்பிரமணியம் அவர்கள். அவருக்கு நாங்கள் எங்கள் வாழ்நாளெல்லாம் நன்றி கடன் பட்டவர்களாகத்தான் நாங்கள் என்றும் 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 இருப்போம். ஆனால் விளம்பரத்தை தேடாத ஒரு மனிதர் அரசியலிலே ஜி.கே. வாசன் மாதிரி டாக்டர் சுப்பிரமணியம் அவர்கள் உண்மையிலேயே இந்த புற்றுநோய் மருத்துவத்துக்கு தலை சிறந்த விஞ்ஞானி டாக்டர் வி. சுப்பிரமணியம் சார் அவர்கள் தான். அது கல்மேல் எழுத்தாக நீங்கள் பதிவு வைத்துக் கொள்ளுங்கள். உலகத்தில் உள்ள ஒட்டுமொத்த மருத்துவர்களை அழைத்து இவருக்கு விழா எடுக்க வேண்டும் என்பது என்னுடைய என்னுடைய எண்ணம். ஆகவே அதற்குரிய முயற்சிகளை நாம் ஒன்றுபட்டு இந்த உயரிய கலைஞனை நாம் உயர்த்தி பிடிப்போம். உலகத்துக்கு ஒரு ஒளிவிளக்காக, ஒரு தீபகற்பமாக, ஒரு கலங்க விளக்கமாக டாக்டர் சுப்பிரமணியன் சார் அவருடைய மருத்துவ பணி மிக சிறப்பானது, அளப்பரியது. அப்படிப்பட்டவர் காலம் கடந்து இந்த மருத்துவ ஒரு அரண்மனையை திறந்து வைத்திருக்கிறார். மருந்துக்கு தேர்த்து இது பசிப்பிணி போக்குகின்ற மருந்து. பசிக்கு வந்தா எப்படி சோறு கிடைக்குமோ அந்த மாதிரி நோய் போற்றவங்க வந்தா குணம் பெற்று செல்லக்கூடியவர்கள். அவருக்கு அருந்தவ செல்வர்களாக 2 மகன்கள் வந்திருக்கிறார்கள். டாக்டர் பெற்ற பாக்கியம், டாக்டருடைய பெற்றோர்கள் பெற்ற பாக்கியம், டாக்டர் வந்தார். டாக்டர் பெற்ற புண்ணியம் இந்த மகன்கள் வந்தார்கள். எதிர்காலத்தில் மிக சிறப்பான மருந்தமாக இந்த மருந்தகம் பணியாற்றும் என்பதில் எல்லளவும் சந்தேகமில்லை. கபாலி படம் திரையிடுவதற்கு முன் இவர்கள் என்னை சந்திக்கும் பொழுது, ஏன் எங்களையும் பயன்படுத்திக் நாங்கள் தான் இதற்கு பெருமைப்படுகிறோமே தவிர கபாலிக்காக விஎஸ் மருந்தகம் பெருமைப்படுகிறது, கபாலி தான் பெருமைப்படுகிறது. ஆகவே வெளிநாட்டில் இருந்து கூட சூப்பர் ஸ்டார் ரஜினி அவர்கள் தொடர்பு கொண்டு மிக சிறப்பாக இந்த மருத்துவனுடைய சிறப்புகளை தெரிவித்தார். சென்னை வரும்போது அவசியம் இந்த மருந்தகம் அவரும் பார்ப்பார் என்ற நல்ல செய்தியை சொல்லி, இது ஆள்போல் தழைத்து அருகுபோல் வீன்றின்றி வருகின்றவர்களெல்லாம் சுகமாக சுகமாக சுகம் பெற்று செல்வார்கள் என்று திருப்தியுடன் விடைபெறுகிறேன். நன்றி, வணக்கம்.
Thank you, sir. Professor C.M.K. Reddy is one of the outstanding medical teachers of our times. In a highly distinguished career spanning nearly 5 decades, Professor Reddy has worked unstintingly for the betterment of patients and doctors alike. Through his free clinic, he has helped thousands of poor patients and is actively involved in several social, charitable, and cultural organizations in the city. We now request him to say a few words.
Respected leader of the masses, Shri G.K. Vasanji, one of the veteran film producers, Mr. Puliji, Tanuji, and my good friend, former Vice Chancellor, Medical University, Professor Mail Vahanan, and another good friend whom I have known for almost 40 years. When I was a professor in Stanley Medical College, he was a professor in Madras Medical College. So we have known each other for 40 years. This hospital building I've been running for the last nearly 45 years. When I want to give the building to somebody else, I was searching for almost 2-3 years. யாருக்கு கொடுக்கணும்னு சொல்லி நாங்க ரொம்ப தூரம் யோசனை பண்ணி we thought most appropriate person is Dr. Subramaniam. As Tanu sir said, one of the versatile oncologists of our country. More than the medicine, the human touch, I think, heals much more than the medicine. Very unassuming, low-profile oncologist. I am very happy that the hospital is in the best hands. Of course, we are all going to be here. We are all going to be part of this hospital. But still, you know, nowadays the medical cost is going up, mainly because most of the equipment are imported. And people want the best care. Naturally, somebody has to pay for it. Under this background, I know Dr. Subramaniam, the previous VS hospital in Spurtank Road, how he has been very considerate to the middle class group, and probably only other cancer hospital in the city which is as famous as the Adayar Cancer Hospital. So I am really happy that this hospital is going to put to the best use, and it will cater to the needs of the lower and middle income group of population. Mr. G.K. Vasan sir, when he came here, I was telling him that I am a very close friend of his father. He always used to make a reference whenever I meet him, or what I met him for a minority languages issue, or what I met him for the doctor's issue. He was making a remark, "Enna doctor neenga ethana group kuda varuvinga neenga?" Ketar or what? Ama sir, I am involved in so many establishments. It is unfortunate that we lost him in a relatively young age. He is one of the greatest leaders that Tamil Nadu ever produced after Kamaraj. And we really wish you all success in your future endeavors to build up the reputation of Tamil Nadu, sir. And once again, I thank you for the opportunity and all those who assembled here to greet this occasion and wish the hospital all the success. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Padma Shri Dr. Mailvana Nadarajan is a distinguished surgeon and a former Vice Chancellor of the Tamil Nadu Dr. MGR Medical University. In his illustrious career, he has made substantial contributions to orthopedic oncology, medical training, health administration, and medical ethics. We ask him to address the gathering.
Respected Honorable Sri G.K. Vasan, respected Producer Danu, my teachers, Professor Subramaniam and Professor C.M.K. Reddy, my junior colleague and good friend Dr. Sundar, his brother, invitees, ladies and gentlemen. I am indeed happy to be here in this inauguration of this super-specialty hospital. Professor Subramaniam, I and Dr. Sundar share a common thing in that medical oncology was started in the department, was started in Government General Hospital in MMC by Professor Subramaniam. And I have a special interest in bone tumors, and Sundar also has been developing this as a subspecialty. And in all the years I have spent in General Hospital, we always looked at Dr. Subramaniam because this new specialty was forming. And then later on, after retirement, he established this VS Hospital in Chetpet with all the facilities, and it grew to be one of the topmost centers in oncology even today. And with this, we were all thinking that Dr. Subramaniam is going to retire. And after my retirement, I found he started another new project with Sundar in this beautiful hospital. Dr. Sundar was taking me around all the hospital, and the infrastructure which is available in this hospital is no doubt the best, and he's put his heart and brought in all the best so that he can do wonders in the years to come. Professor C.M.K. Reddy was also one of my favorite teachers. Year by year people grow older. I felt that I was growing older, and I find these two people are becoming younger year by year. So looking at them, we decided, so I also should not retire. I also wanted to follow their footsteps, and it is so happy I have come to this very hospital to operate on quite a number of cases with Dr. C.M.K. Reddy, and it is appropriate at this time he has given it for this central place for VS Hospital, because it's such a nodal place where people can approach and get the best. So I am really thankful to him for this. Dr. Sundar, today people have a healthy disrespect for these hospitals which are developing as these malls. You know, all these shopping malls like that. Current day hospitals have become hospital malls. So when people look at jazzy things, outwardly they will say it's a nice place, but inwardly they are frightened that they are going to be charged a lot. So this is the only fear we doctors have to dispel amongst the public and the society in general. So my only request to the people is that the costs cannot be cheap. In a private place, nothing is cheap, and the cost cannot be cheap, and I'm not saying it should be cheap, but it not be very expensive. You see, topmost hospitals, corporate hospitals, charge the maximum and get it from the insurance companies. The current trend is only the insurance is paying, so it doesn't matter, you put the cost as you like. My request to Sundar is that if you can lay a cost which is very reasonable, then I think the purpose will be served and it will reach more number of people. The concept of custom prosthesis, sir, was started by making it less expensive. It will reach more number of people, and that will be where the success lies. So with this appeal, as a man who has spent 36 years of my life in general hospital, dealing with only the beggars, thieves and poor and all the government people, I know this feeling, and that has to be translated. So with this request, I'm sure he will do it. I wish the hospital very well, and I wish Sundar and his brother the best in the years to come. And I thank you, sir, for inviting me here to be here. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Shri G.K. Vasan will now release and give the Health First card to Shri Kalepuli Esdano. Professor S. Subramaniam will now present the Joy of Giving check to the dignitaries on the dais.
Now I request Sri Kannan Ramesh, the creator of both the Health First card and the Joy of Giving check, to come and say to the public what it is all about.
Thank you, Sundar. I just will take this opportunity to describe these two new offerings from VS Hospitals, which we believe will meet the expectations laid out by Dr. Mailvanan in his earlier speech. There are 4 pillars of healthcare. One, it should be available. I think that is key. But availability itself is not the end of everything. It has to be accessible. So once accessible, the question is whether it is accountable, whether there is a sense of responsibility in the healthcare player to be accountable to their patients. But finally, and most importantly, what I think is key and critical is affordable. And the biggest problem facing this country today is rising healthcare costs and inability of vast sections of the population to meet this rising cost, particularly where we are seeing a greater longevity and more elderly living with us for a longer time. The essence of Health First is basically to make sure that all your cost incurred on healthcare predominantly on outpatient and diagnostics is extremely affordable, because the key is to diagnose right and early, and then obviously your treatment cost will come down. But a lot of people in this country can't even afford to go into diagnostics, can't even get into a hospital and get themselves checked, consulted, get procedures done, scans done. I think this is the key problem. The key problem is not about inpatient care. The key problem is about making outpatient care so available, accessible, and affordable that they are able to get this early and solve the problem. So what we have essentially done is created a card which is completely transferable, endorsable. You can actually save your healthcare bills. You can share it with others. And of course, you can smile. You can hand over this card both in electronic form and physical form to as many people as you would want, so that they could come to VS Hospitals, Kilpauk, and avail of the healthcare treatment provided here at extremely affordable rates. This is the core principle of this card, that it just is not necessary to be used by the beneficiary or the holder or the receiver of the card. He could give it to as many people as he would want. That simply means that you can basically help a lot others than helping yourselves. One of the biggest costs in healthcare is scans, CT scan, X-ray, and a lot of other stuff which are phenomenally expensive in today's world and out of reach for several people. Now what we have done is brought in a surprise element, taking a leaf out of what used to be happy hours, and said between 8 p.m. in the night, that is to 7 a.m. in the morning, you could walk into this hospital with a prescription for a CT scan or any other outpatient services we cover under that time, and you will be straight away given 50% off. Now there is absolutely no necessity for somebody to come to a hospital between 9 to 5. Not required at all. You fundamentally alter your daily routine to just make it to the hospital during a daytime, amidst traffic, getting away from work, etc. Here's a fantastic opportunity for you to come after office hours to say, bring in your family when there's no traffic, it's more peaceful, there's no crowd, and still gain 50% in your scans. This, I think, will be a game changer in terms of having people access top quality healthcare at their convenience, that is. You can walk in even at 12 o'clock in the night. You can go to a restaurant and come, you can go to a movie and come, and then we are here to do this at a cost far, far lower than what you would pay during daytime. This, I think, will definitely be a game changer of sorts. More importantly, we have considered the fact that there is frequent spends on outpatient care by the elderly, our senior citizens. So we have added another 5% to their savings on health bill, thereby ensuring that the senior get the due respect in terms of affordable health care at a degree greater than what all of you and I would typically get. Thirdly, all outpatient care expenses are paid by people out of their own pocket. Very few employers reimburse. Insurance don't reimburse. You have to pay out of your pocket. So every saving here counts. A, B, it makes healthcare so accessible and affordable, and I think it detects a lot of problem earlier than you would normally do, and thereby not put you into a greater situation later. The second program which we have brought in, again, very, very unique, I don't think it exists anywhere, is called the joy of giving. A lot of us, people come to us, people who work with us, people who work for us, friends, relatives. At some point of time, they come and tell us, look, I think I have a medical problem at home. I need someone to get operated, get a surgery done, get admitted. I need monetary help. This is almost a daily affair in many of your lives. Second, you have people calling and saying, look, can you give discount to this person? He cannot afford the bill. Can you reduce the bill? Sending slips of paper, calling up, requesting. This, I think, is not the right way to do things. Essentially, you are asking the hospital to decide to give a concession. A hospital cannot decide between who is deserving and who is not. To them, everyone coming here and asking for discount, they look at it with jaundiced eyes. Is this guy genuinely seeking a concession, or is he putting up an act? So I think we need to shift this entire incidence of offering a concession to patients outside of the hospital system. And that is how we evolve the joy of giving. A joy of giving is a kind of a program where we would give something similar to check leaf, personalized to prominent people, social organizations, philanthropists, people holding eminent positions, people holding responsible positions. Now you could decide who needs help and concession in healthcare. Just sign that check with a flourish, send that check along with the patient, and well, he gets all the concessions which we have committed to give, including a significant 20% on inpatient. Imagine a healthcare service bill almost totaling up to ₹1,00,000. 20,000 rupees is something we are willing to give away if you actually tell us this person deserves a concession. This checkbook or the joy of giving will be given to people who have a sense of responsibility and make sure only the deserving are benefited from this and not misused. So with both these programs, shifting the responsibility, the decision and the discretion to decide who needs to be given a concession outside of the hospital, and making sure that your first port of call to a hospital which is outpatient care is completely made affordable to you, we believe we are going to make a difference to the city and beyond. Thank you.
Professor S. Subramaniam will now hand over the personalized joy of giving checks to the dignitaries on the dais.
Each checkbook will have a personalized name of the responsible citizen to whom we will be handing over the checkbook.
Dr. S. Sundar, Director of VS Hospitals and Head of the Department of Orthopedics, will now address the gathering.
Respected guests of honor on the dais, senior teachers, colleagues, friends, and friends from the media. VS Hospitals, a successful tertiary cancer care center known for treating patients with care and compassion, is now stepping forth to spread the same warmth, care, and compassion at an affordable cost as Professor Maivanan requested us in its new center for advanced surgeries. This is a 75-bedded hospital built to be soothing and friendly to the patients. The hospital will have orthopedics, spine surgery, sports medicine, medical and surgical gastroenterology, nephrology, urology, bariatric surgery, cosmetic surgery, neurology, and neurosurgery as its core specialties for the first time in Chennai. For the first time in Chennai, you have a hospital with a fully bioclad operation theatre and ICU complex. The twin OTs are state-of-the-art with the capability of doing transplant surgery, backed by a world-class ICU serviced 24/7 by senior intensivists. The hospital has small surprises for the patients stepping in. We are bringing in a new concept of happy to help hostesses whose job is to make patients feel at home rather than being in a hospital. We have a 24/7 diagnostic services with a 16-slice CT, ultrasound, X-ray, and lab to support our 24/7 casualty, along with our strategically placed ambulances all over the city to help patients. The hospital has spacious, comfortable private rooms, suites, and an international patient flow, in addition to dialysis and a state-of-the-art conference room. The Department of Orthopedics comprises of 3 senior consultants and 3 junior consultants with the experience to perform revision and primary joint replacement surgeries, pelviacetabular trauma, limb salvage and reconstructive surgery, pediatric orthopedics, and the entire gamut of trauma. Thank you for your patient listening.
Thank you. Dr. Karthik Kailash, Head of the Spine Division, will now say a few words.
The outset, I'd like to welcome, as part of the VS family, I would like to welcome everybody here. And it's a privilege and honor to be here as part of the VS family in talking about spine surgery. The need for our state has been dedicated spinal services at an affordable and at an affordable cost for the public. This has been stated time and again in all the political circles, and we have had the privilege here at VS to start the state-of-the-art spine center here with the modern theatres which Dr. Sundar has established. We are also going one step ahead in providing the state-of-the-art center of excellence for minimal access or keyhole spine surgery, which will be this forum for many patients here who are coming in, getting daycare surgery. At the outset, they will come in the morning, get evaluated, get the necessary procedure done, and soon after go back home, cured of their problems in the evening or the next day. So all of you are welcome to visit our center, certainly not as patients, but as guests, and be part of our family. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Dr. J. Srinivasan, Head of Arthroscopy and Sports Medicine, will now address the gathering.
Respected guests of honor, senior professors, dignitaries from the press, and general public, and my orthopedic colleagues. The uniqueness of our hospital here is we have individual specialist consultants for all subspecialties in orthopedics, and I am in charge for the sports medicine and sports surgery department. We provide services for cartilage, ligament, and intra-articular fractures of the joints, especially knee, shoulder, ankle, and the elbow. We provide daycare services also in keyhole surgery. The uniqueness is we have a very good anesthetic backup, so the post-operative pain management is very well taken care of. Almost the patient experiences nil pain post-surgery for keyhole surgeries especially. So we aim it down the line to become a care of specialty centered for orthopedics especially. Hope we will be doing a good job down the line. As Professor Natarajan requested it, we would make it more affordable also. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Dr. Kumaran Ravindran, Head of Surgical Gastroenterology, will now say a few words. We request Dr. J.C. Bose to present the bouquet and the memento to Shri Kalaipuli Estanu. Professor S. Subramaniam will now present the memento and the bouquet to to Shri G.K. Vasan. We request Dr. G. Mohan to present the bouquet and the memento to Professor Mailwagner Natarajan. We request Dr. Kumaran Ravindran to present the bouquet and a memento to Professor C.M.K. Reddy. Dr. Sundar will now present the bouquet and a memento to Professor C.M.K. Reddy. Dr. Srinivasa Raman will now present the bouquet and the memento to Sri Ramu Mahalingam of HDFC. We request Dr. Anand, medical gastroenterologist, to address the gathering.
Good morning to everyone who has gathered here. I congratulate sir for opening this state-of-the-art facility first. In this medical gastroenterology, we have procured NBI scopes, which is very good for diagnosing early cancers, and subtle inflammations can be picked up, and which is good for providing endoscopic treatment for cancers and all. And we have endoscopic ultrasound here. Usually the ultrasound is for the external this thing. So we have ultrasound which is fixed to the endoscope, and it is a special equipment which is good for which is used for picking up lesions in pancreas and biliary duct and all. Bile duct, stones, pancreatic cancers, and in staging of cancers, it is very useful for staging of cancers. So with all this, it is going to be started, the medical gastro department here. I think we'll be starting it very soon. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Last but not the least, Dr. Sabhanayagam, Senior Intensivist, will now say a few words.
A very good morning, one and all. I'm Dr. Sabhanayagam. I'm a consultant intensivist and an anesthetist here at VS Super-Speciality Hospital. The next few minutes, I'm just going to highlight on what the intensive care unit in VS Super-Speciality Hospital can offer to our patients. So as we are all aware, an intensive care unit in a hospital is probably the place where you deal with the sickest of the sick patients in the entire hospital. So it goes unsaid that you need a very good team of doctors, nurses, and therapists looking after these sick patients, and I'm sure we are such a very good team. Now, our senior intensivists formally trained in intensive care, not only in India, but also in the United Kingdom and in Australia, and thereby we are equipped and trained in treating patients across all age groups and patients across all specialties. Now, the current practice in most of the intensive care units across India is that it is called a consultant-led practice. which means that there is a senior consultant who's got a team of junior consultants with him, and the care is provided by the junior consultant under the guidance of the senior consultant. This is called consultant-led practice. But what we offer here in VS Super-Speciality Hospital is consultant-provided practice, which means the consultant himself delivers the care directly, and he is readily available 24/7. Now, the backbone of any intensive care unit, is a robust team of experts from multiple disciplines which we have, and the disciplines that we have included would be infectious diseases, neurology, cardiology, pulmonology, nephrology, medical gastroenterology, oncology, and most importantly, all the surgical specialties. Again, as you are all aware, in emergency conditions like stroke, heart attack, and severe sepsis, the immediate management of the patient in the first few hours is the most crucial and life-saving. Of course, we are aware of that, and we coordinate with the emergency department team, and the role of intensive care starts right at the doorstep of the hospital, which is the emergency department, so that we can make the most of those few golden hours. Now, in addition to managing patients on mechanical ventilator, which is nothing but the artificial life support, dialysis, intra-aortic balloon pump, which is a form of heart support, we can also manage patients on ECMO, which is extracorporeal membrane oxygenation, which is probably the maximum support a human being can get across any part of the globe, and we've got expertise in that. And to stress upon that, there are only a handful of centers across Chennai which can manage patients on ECMO. And we also have a critical care outreach service, which means we extend our care to the ward level so that we can identify patients who are at risk of deterioration at an early stage, and an early diagnosis translates into a better outcome. Now, finally, we also know that the family of the patients are as important as the patient themselves. So we update the patient's relatives about their dear ones, their sick dear ones, on a daily basis. And so in essential, our care doesn't stop with just the patient. It actually extends to the patient's family as well. So in short, intensive care has progressed a long way forward from just being a simple supportive care to being a multidisciplinary, holistic, and an advanced care. And that is exactly what we offer here at VS Super-Speciality Hospital. Thanks for the opportunity. Have a good day.
Thank you, sir. Mr. S. Muthu, Director of the VS Group of Hospitals, will deliver the vote of thanks.
Good afternoon, everyone. Okay, so today I'm going to make this as long and informal as possible. But I have only 5 minutes, so I'm going to go fast. First and foremost, this is a gathering of family and friends, so that's the reason why I took the informal note. I'll go through the order of speakers. To start with, Professor Subramanian, who welcomed the gathering, a father and chairman of VS Group of Hospitals. You have willed a million people to live on. You've been an inspiration to many, including me. You've been a wonderful parent, but above all, I can speak confidently on behalf of everyone here. He's probably the best human being that people have known in this building. So, hats off to you. So, we are today what we are because of all you've done for us. And all of us at VS will continue to strive to set the high standards that you've set for yourself. While talking about my father, I should definitely mention about my mother, who's been a pillar of support for the family, who's one of the directors of this group, but always stays in the background and gives the right strategic directions. Thank you for everything. And then, of course, we have Thiru G.K. Vasan Avargal. He began his speech saying he has not come here in the capacity of President of Tamil Manila Congress, nor as a former union minister. He's come here in the capacity of as a family member, as someone who's known our family for the last 50 years. So it's well beyond even I existed. So hats off to you, sir. You are probably one of the simplest people I've known, and politics and simplicity don't go well together actually. But here you have somebody different who probably is the shining light of hope for Tamil Nadu and India. Thank you, sir. And again, we have Sunita Vasan Avargal, who is accompanied him. Thank you. Thanks for just honoring us. We just greeted her and she said, we are family, so we should be here. So there was no formalities about the entire thing. Thank you. Thank you. And then, of course, Tanu sir is not here, but you know the kind of impact he made through his speech and his presence when he was here for a short while. Again, he was one person who we called to say, we'll come and invite. And he immediately said, you know what, for your father, I should come and take the invitation. So that was the kind of things he said. And again, he was magnanimous to say that actually Kabali is honored by the VS presence. He's the king of branding, and probably a fact which most people may not know is probably a Karnan of the film industry. He gives without people knowing, and he has great plans for the film fraternity. And despite being under severe pressure, he was here. Despite being the owner of probably the hottest property in international films today, he was here, calm, composed. There was a lot of censoring work, lot of stuff happening, but still he was here. Thanks, sir, and of course, thanks to Mr. Parandaman, who was instrumental, his son, who was instrumental in helping us with all the branding that we've got so far through Kabali. Thank you, sir. And yes, Professor CMK Reddy. I mean, I don't have to say much about him. He's a well-known. I mean, we are standing in his place. So, thank you, sir, for everything. And while talking about CMK Reddy, I should also mention about Mrs. Reddy and, of course, Dr. Kishore Reddy, who is here somewhere. They were all instrumental in us getting this place up and running. They bore through a lot of trauma. 1.5 years of construction work, and they bore through everything. Sir, you've just not given us a building, you've just not given us a shell, you've given us a legacy, and we hope to carry forward this and try to achieve the great heights that you've already set. Thank you. And Professor Mailu Natarajan, sir, again, you're someone who does not need any introduction or to this gathering. One of the foremost surgeons and vice chancellors of our times, honored by your presence. And again, you've been always a great spokesperson of getting affordable care and revolutionizing, healthcare and honoring doctors and spreading academics. We continue. With your presence and of course after your requisition, we are further, charged up to follow your footsteps and get affordable healthcare to our community. Thank you, sir. And there were a whole set of doctors who spoke. The first being my brother, Dr. Sundar. I mean, more than the capacity of director of orthopedics. I mean, of course, he again has given up his orthopedic career to compromise it to be part of this facility. Now together, we're trying to put up the show, trying to match the high standards that our father has set, and we definitely believe that we can achieve and do more than that with all your support and everything. Thank you, Sundar, for the introduction of the facilities as well. Then we had Dr. Karthik Kailash, Dr. J. Srinivasan, Dr. Anand, and Dr. Sabha, who talked about what they were planning to do. Again, they were given only 2 minutes, so obviously they couldn't have expressed themselves completely. So they have a lot more to be done to showcase, and you will see that in the years to come. Thank you, doctors. And of course, while talking of doctors are the backbone to any healthcare facility. Today, we have among us a lot of doctors, doctor friends who've honored us. We actually invited most of them at very, very short notice. Being a Thursday, it's a weekday, but still they managed to come here, honor us by your presence. Thank you, sir. Thank you for all the good work that you've done at VS. We'll continue that same brand of care, cure, and compassion in this building as well. Thank you. And yes, we have the press. A lot of friends from the press are here. I mean, more than 40 people have turned up today. Thank you for the support that you've given us so far, and I'm sure you will support us on our journey forward as well. Thanks for everything. You also heard Mr. Ramesh. Actually, he wasn't even scheduled to speak. He spoke impromptu, and I should introduce him as our friend, philosopher, and guide. He just stays in the shadow. He's in the background, but he drives not only VS but a lot of healthcare brands across the country. He hardly comes across as somebody who's doing all that. At the end of my speech, I'm going to quote one of his references. Then you'll know what he's about. So thank you. Thanks for everything, sir. Thanks for being here. And friends and family, I mean, this is a very packed audience, a packed area, a very impromptu gathering. You've all come here at very short notice, and you've gone through, I'm sure, a lot of them are even standing. I'm really sorry for the situation, but still, you've gone through this. You are very important to us. Talking of family, yes, wife, children, brothers, wife, everyone is here. So thank you everyone. You've been a pillar of support for us to get here. Yeah, and we have Mr. Ramu Mahalingam and Mr. Rangarajan from HDFC. Thank you. I mean, HDFC has been with us through all this, all through tough times. I'm sure you'll be with us further still. Thank you. Thanks for being through us. And I should mention Dr. Srinivas Raman and Dr. Anand and Dr. Surinaran from Anderson Diagnostics. We just told them, you know what, you are great. You are probably one of the top diagnostic centers in this part of the country. And why replicate what you are good at? Why don't you partner us at this venture? And they immediately, without batting an eyelid, put up the CT scan here. We are great. We are very, very extremely happy and honored to be partnering with Anderson Diagnostics. Thank you. Thank you. And you've heard about a lot of Kabali, a lot of, the actual Kabali, the producer of Kabali was here. But then there's one Kabali here in our branding team, Mr. Arun. Arun, wherever you are, I can't see you. Arun, you've done a fantastic job. I don't know when you guys slept. When I say Arun, it's about Arun, the entire team. I don't know when they slept, when they wake up. They were always there in the hospital and getting this up and running. Thank you guys. Thanks for everything. And we are standing in this wonderful facility because of the efforts of the project team, Mr. Balasubramanian and the entire team. They've done a wonderful job. The architects who are not here today, but they will be here soon, is Archventure from Bangalore. Again, the entire team has spent 1.5 years of diligent work to get this up and running. CM Reddy sir will appreciate actually how much of work has gone on. I'm sure you will appreciate it, sir. Though of course we gave you a lot of sleepless nights. Thank you. And now coming to our own VS family, the VS team. First, let me begin with VS Hospitals, the entire team in our Chetpet facility. You've been like an elder sibling, holding this baby, nurturing this, helping this through all the growth and thing. I'm sure this support will continue. We'll be one large family, and now the baby is all out to go out for graduation. So now, thank you for all the hand holding. A lot of them from VS Chetpet are here. Thank you. Thanks for being here. And of course, VS Super-Speciality, that's where we are here. The entire team has put this from scratch. Karthik and his team have done a wonderful job in putting this facility up from scratch. Today, we can actually take in any number of any kind of surgery. We are the advanced center of surgery, so we will provide you the best of facilities, best of healthcare facilities in this place. Thank you. You made it happen. Thanks, everyone. Now, I think I've already stretched my time, but let me, like I said, I'll quote something which Mr. KR referred. This was at 1 a.m. yesterday, so just bear with me. So this was something he just told us, sent us yesterday. He says, this is about Usain Bolt. This is about Usain Bolt, because he's won world records, won medals. So it says, he was joking on the starting blocks. He reacted last to the gun. He ran against the wind. He didn't tie his shoes. He jogged on to the finish lane. He broke the world record. Then he danced and reminded us that being the best should be fun. Yes, sir, we believe we are the best. We aspire to be even better. We will continue doing what we do, having fun all the way. Thank you. Thanks, everyone. And let me take Mr. Danu is not here, but I'll still take his permission in ending it with Magilchi. Thank you. Thanks everyone for joining. So now the hall is open networking. This was a great event. We already taken a lot of your time. Thank you. Now present people can take questions if they have to. Yeah, thank you. For everyone, the snacks is being served on the first floor cafeteria. Are happy to help. Will help you with it. For doctors, it is arranged in the conference room. Again, Mr. Karthik and his team will help you around. Huh? Yeah. If the press request any questions, you can go forward and take questions.